Okay, Shalom Aleichem everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful, wonderful Pesach. I know I had a tremendous, tremendous Pesach. I was with my parents in the Galil, and my siblings came to Eretz Yisrael. My siblings, one set of siblings from Bergenfield, New Jersey, another set from Woodmere, and we had the whole family together for the first time in a very, very long time. It's a beautiful, beautiful Yontif. And really that's one of the core themes of Yontif, is bringing everyone together and a chance to really be mesameach in Hashem, in Mishpacha, in the Kedushas Hayom. Beautiful, beautiful Yontif. And now we move into this stage of Seferiat Haomer, and the stage where we bridge Chag HaPesach with Chag HaShavuos. Now, as many of us understand, there is a core machlokas rishonim whether Sefira Bizman Hazeh is a din d'oraisa or a din d'Rabbanan. According to many rishonim, I would even argue, according to Rov rishonim, Seferiat Haomer Bizman Hazeh is a din d'Rabbanan. It is d'Rabbanan because it's tied to the Korban HaOmer. We don't have a Beis HaMikdash, and therefore, since there's no Beis HaMikdash, so there's no Korban, and the Mela, the Sefira, is also a mere d'Rabbanan. However, if you take a look at the Rambam and the Yad HaChazaka, and you look at the Sefer HaChinuch, they both make emphatically clear that Seferiat Haomer, even Bizman Hazeh without a Beis HaMikdash, is a din d'oraisa. It is not specifically tied to the Korban HaOmer. Even without a Korban HaOmer, it has a status of a mitzvah d'oraisa, even Bizman Hazeh. What's the basis for that mitzvah d'oraisa? So you look at the Rambam in the Mor Nevuchim, you look at the Sefer HaChinuch in mitzvah Shin Vav, and they both say the same basic idea, is that the purpose of Seferiat Haomer is to create a connection, a linkage between Chag HaPesach and Chag HaShavuos. And that's the role of Seferiat Haomer. The Ramban echoes this idea in a different formulation, Parshas Emor, where the Ramban tells us that Seferiat Haomer is kecholo shel moed. Because just like we find in the Tishrei sphere of the Chagim, we have the Yontif of Chag HaSukkos, and then you have a period of Chol HaMoed, and then it closes with Shmini Atzeres, Chag HaAtzeres, a one last day to celebrate with Hashem. So too, in this period, the Nisan, Iyar, Sivan period of Chagim, you have a similar structure. You have a 7-day Chag, Chag HaPesach, and then a period of Chol HaMoed, followed by climaxing with a Chag HaAtzeres, as Chazal refer to Shavuos, at one single day to once again celebrate, just like Shmini Atzeres has no specific mitzvos, and in fact, we celebrate Shmini Atzeres today with a Simchas HaTorah. So to Chag HaShavuos, no specific mitzvos. Chag HaAtzeres, as Chazal referred to it. And once again, we celebrate commemorating a Simcha Shel Torah, which means that the role of Seferiat Haomer is a bridge, is to link us into that connection between Chag Yitzias Mitzrayim, Chag HaCherus, and Kabbalas HaTorah. And in fact, at the Seder every year, we have this song that we sing, Dayenu, Ilu Hotzianu Mitzrayim. If Hashem just took us out of Mitzrayim, but He didn't bring us, Kerabnu Lamakom, Dayenu, the truth of the matter is, it wouldn't be Dayenu. It wouldn't be Dayenu to go ahead and just have Chag HaPesach. We'd have to go ahead and link Chag HaPesach to Chag HaShavuos, and that's exactly the role of Seferiat Haomer. That's what Seferiat Haomer does for us, and therefore, even Bizman Hazeh, Seferiat Haomer is a din d'oraisa. The Aruch HaShulchan comments that indeed you can perhaps even tie the Karbanos Hayom to this idea. The Korban HaOmer, the Korban HaOmer that we bring on the second day of Pesach, is a Korban of Sa'orim, barley, animal feed. The Korban of Chag HaShavuos, the Shtei HaLechem, that's wheat, says the Aruch HaShulchan, that's Maichal Adam. We go ahead and build ourselves up, elevate ourselves from the 49th level of Tumah that we're on at Chag HaPesach, Maichal Behemos Sa'orim, and we bring ourselves up to Maichal Adam, to Chitim, in the Shtei HaLechem. And that's the role. The countdown. Counting every day, working on midos, working on ourselves, both in our intensity, in our Talmud Torah, and that's what this period is about, to get ourselves ready for Kabbalas HaTorah, and also that sense of Tikkun Hamidos, building ourselves up in terms of our midos. And it is no coincidence that many of the Sifrei Musar will link in Pirkei Avos. If you look in the 6th parak in Pirkei Avos, the last parak which discusses various aspects of Talmud Torah. So one of the Mishnayos in the 6th parak in Pirkei Avos tells us that HaTorah niknes b'mem ches dvarim. There's 48 ways in which the Torah is acquired. Rav Asher Weiss and many others suggest there's a linkage. There are 48 ways to be Kohen Torah. There are 49 days between Chag HaPesach and Kabbalas HaTorah. And these days are days to get us ready for Kabbalas HaTorah. I'll ask me the kasha, obvious kasha. If it's 48 ways to be Kohen Torah, 48 days, so we seem to have an extra day. Why do we need that 49th day? A lot of different explanations are given. Rav Yisrael Salanter suggests you need one day of Chazara. There are 48 days. Every day we work on another midah. And then the 49th day, Erev Shavuos, is a day of Chazara Klalis. We Chazer all of those days. I heard from Rav Asher Weiss and many times from Rav Sachs as well that perhaps another idea is that the day 49 is a day because nothing can happen no matter how much we put into it, no matter how much effort we do in working on those 48 drachim to be Kohen Torah, nothing can happen without a sense of tefillah. And they cite to a very famous Gemara at the end of Maseches Nida, the Gemara in Nida Daf Ayin Amud Beis, where the Gemara says, Ma ya'aseh adam v'yechkam. How can a person be a Torah scholar? How can he become a Talmid Chacham? So one possibility is, the Gemara says, Yarba b'Yeshiva. You got to sit and learn. You got to work hard in the Beis Medrash. V'yimot b'schora, and not be involved so much in materialism, in business. The Gemara says, can't be, because after all, Harbe asu kein v'lo elehem. You have a lot of people that sit and learn and they minimize their business involvements and they don't become great Talmidei Chachamim. So the Gemara says, you're right. You're right. It's not enough just to sit and learn. It's not enough. There's something else you have to do. Amar lahem yivakshu rachamin mimi shehachachma shelo. In addition, you have to be mevakesh rachamim. You have to ask for mercy. You have to ask for siyata deshmaya mimi shehachachma shelo. From who's the source of all chachma. In other words, it's not enough just to put in the hishtadlus, the hasmada, the learning, working on those 48 character traits. You also have to pray. You have to daven. You have to be mevakesh mi shachachma shelo. And as a result of that sense of tefillah, so then all of a sudden tremendous strides can be accomplished. And indeed, Rav Asher Weiss suggests there are 48 levels. 48 levels. And somehow in that last day, on Erev Shavuos, we daven and the tefillah puts it all together. Somehow tefillah allows us to skip a step, allows us to get from level 48 to level 50. And that is the koach of tefillah. The koach of tefillah allows us, enables us to skip steps. Normally, you can't skip steps. You have to, every step of the way is very critical, but when you have the koach of tefillah involved, the koach of tefillah can open up in miraculous ways, can open up doors that otherwise could not have been opened. And therefore that sense of tefillah enables you to jump steps. Reminds me of another idea. I heard this from Rav Yaakov Marmer, who suggests the following. He quoted the name of someone else, but we have the famous Gemara Bava Metzia, which tells us if a person works hard in his learning, and he says, Yagati v'lo matzati, and I didn't have success in learning, al tamin. Lo yagati matzasi, if I didn't have put in effort in learning, and I found, al tamin. Yagati umatzasi tamin. If you put in the effort, the hishtadlus in the learning, in the tefillah, then, and you found, you had success, then ta'amin. So the question is, why does it say matzati? And you found. After all, if you did the work, you did the yigiyah, so then it's not, and I found. You did the yigiyah and I accomplished, I achieved, not matzati, I found. So what is the idea that yagata, if you put in the work, then matzata, I found. So perhaps the idea is the mitzvah. The very nature of a mitzvah is you don't really deserve it. It's not yours. But you have this accretion to wealth that you really got not as a result of your effort. And that is the tremendous yesod, is that when you do put in effort, you will find that the results, the gains, that which you achieve well exceed the effort that you put in. The ability to skip steps. When you put in, I see this in learning all the time, I see guys who struggle. Day after day, they're struggling, they're not having hatzlacha. And then at some point, they hit a level of hatzlacha and like, how did that happen? It did not happen through derech hateva. It did not happen through a normal way. It happened through a mitzvah. They found something that was not really theirs, but somehow it took place. That's the power of yagati umatzasi. That's the power of, you got to level 48, and now you daven, lemisha chachma shalo, and now you have the ability, the capacity to skip steps. I was talking to one of the Rabbeim in the yeshiva a couple of weeks ago about a certain person who was an alumnus of our yeshiva. And he's a tremendous Talmid Chacham now. Really big. Tremendous, he's accomplished amazing things. And I remember him as a Shana Aleph boy. I remember him as a Shana Bet boy. How hard it was, how difficult the learning was for him. And then finally, but he was a tremendous masmid. He worked very hard and he davened very hard for it. And at some point, it clicked. And once it clicked, it didn't just click and okay, now that effort paid off and he's where he's supposed to be. He's far exceeded. He's jumped many steps. And that is the siyata d'shmaya that we look for. That's the power of these 49 days, is to go ahead and work on our tikkun hamidos, work on our avodas hatfila, work on our bein adam l'chaveiro, work on our midos, work on our davening, work on our learning. And then you get things that you don't really deserve. Klal Yisrael doesn't really deserve the Torah. But we get the Torah, kivanu v'chart Hashem chose us. And it creates in us a tremendous schus and a tremendous achrayas. But I can tell you, I've seen it so many times. The guys who put in that effort, in that avodas hamidos, in their tefillah, in all these areas, all of a sudden, in their ruchnias, they skip steps, they jump steps, they jump levels. And that's a unique opportunity, a special opportunity. That's what these days are all about. These days we're on the high of Chag HaPesach. And now we have the avoda, not the depressing avoda, not an avoda of avelus, an avoda of being uplifted during this period of Chol HaMoed, and to really use these days to have that proper sense of Kabbalas HaTorah. So Mitzvah Hashem will have the opportunity also to discuss a few other ideas of Sefira over the next couple of weeks, but really to get a handle on that idea of skipping steps, putting in the effort, and then having the siyata d'shmaya of jumping level after level after level.